All right, guys, get some MLB plays and props for Monday, April 8th slate of games. Trey, leaderboard, start us off.
Yeah, guys, 0-1 again here. I gave out the White Sox on the money line versus the Royals. The White Sox, they were leading this game 3-0, and then Kansas City roared back and won this game 5-3. If I took them on the money line the first five, I would have cashed.
Yeah, I'm 0-0 right now. I gave out the Texas Rangers on the money line going up against the Astros. I had all those great stats about the no-hitter after Blanco came out. No-hitter through 5 2/3, allowed one base hit, pitched 6 innings. He was flawless again. I need a miracle from the Rangers. Probably going to be Hader in the Astros bullpen, though, in the ninth. So probably not going to win that one, but we're looking at an 0-1 day. Not great. Trey, let's go to the player props from yesterday. Have you start us off?
Yeah, I went 1-1 over on the player props. That's because I gave out Jung Hoo Lee over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs, and Lee, he finished with 2 totals. So we did hit the over there. Shout out him. I also gave out Max Mayer over 4.5 strikeouts versus the Cardinals. He only finished with 3, but hey, Marlins got a win on the board, baby.
Finally, I gave out my pitching prop, Garrett Crochet, to go under 2.5 earned runs going up against the Royals. Gave up 2 runs. He was pitching great in the first 5 innings, and then, like Trey said, they kind of collapsed there at the end. So, yeah, he did cash for us, but sad on Trey's part. And then my batting prop, Rafael Devers, over 1.5 bases. He did it a home run. We called that home run. Devers got himself on the board. First home run of the year for him. So 2-0 day for myself. Trey, let's go to the place for tomorrow. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to be attacking this Arizona Diamondbacks going up against Colorado Rockies game, and this is going to be a very fun game to watch, even if this game's going to be a blowout. Give me the Diamondbacks minus 1.5 on the run line versus the Rockies. This should be a blowout game. The Rockies should get blown out here pretty quickly, and I believe that for a few reasons. The first one is the Diamondbacks have their ace on the mound in Zach Gallen, and through 2 games already this season, Gallen, he's 1-0. with a 0.82 ERA, with a 162 batting average and a flat 1 whip. He's been keeping the base pass very clean, and he's honestly been pretty dominant. And I have confidence in Gallen to be able to hold down the Rockies here in this game, even though the game is at Coors Field. And the fact that this game is at Coors Field actually helps us out because the Rockies, they're throwing out a terrible pitcher in this game in Kyle Freeland. Freeland, he has pitched in 2 games already this year. Both of them or outside of Colorado, and he got lit up in both those games, pitching in those 2 games with an 0-2 record with a 27 ERA paired with a 5.43 batting average and a 4.06 whip. Freeland has been so bad this year, and that should continue against this elite Diamondbacks offense. Arizona, they rank second in the MLB when it comes to runs per game. They average a massive 6.56 runs per game. So I expect them to be able to even score a couple of runs on top of that, 8+ runs here in this one. I'm not so sure that the Rockies can keep up with them here, especially with Gallen on the mound for the Diamondbacks. I believe we're going to see a blowout. Give me the Diamondbacks minus 1.5 against the Rockies.
Yeah, Trey, I like that play there for you. For my play today, it's going to be the Seattle Mariners going on the road to face off against the Blue Jays. I'm taking the Mariners here on the money line, plus 105. We have one of the better pitchers on the mound, in my opinion, in the MLB, and Luis Castillo. The stats this season for him so far have been horrible. But looking back over the last 3+ years for Luis Castillo, he has had a 4 ERA or less in 7 of his 8 years in the MLB so far. He's typically a very reliable pitcher. He had a nearly a sub-1 whip last season, 14 wins, 3.34 ERA. He's just not found his touch yet this season. In his first 2 games, he gave up 16 hits, 8 runs, and 10 2/3 innings. I think he's going to be able to turn around in this game against the Blue Jays. Toronto this season with their bats, they have been extremely bad, hitting 198 as a team so far. They haven't been able to get anything going. I have to believe that going into this game, going up against Luis Castillo, he's going to come in here and he's going to pitch a lot better, especially after the first 2 games he had. I feel like it's much easier for a pitcher like Castillo to make some changes rather than the entire team all of a sudden be able to hit the ball better. And on the other side, it's going to be Jose Berrios. He's been very good to start the season, going 6 innings in both of those games, giving up just 3 runs, but he has allowed 12 hits. The Mariners, they're not the best batting team this season, but they have scored 4 runs or more in 4 of the last 5 games, while the Blue Jays have only managed to score above 3 runs in 2 of their first 7 games. I think the Mariners can get more runs across the plate in this game. And for that reason, and a simple reason, I'm going to take the Mariners in this game on the money line as to play. Trey, let's go to the player props. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to be running it back with him. Give me Jung Hoo Lee to go over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs versus the Nationals. I love this over for Lee in this game. I gave out his over yesterday versus the Padres, and he hit the over for us, and I believe he can do it again for us today. That's because Lee's getting a great matchup versus the Nationals. Washington, they're throwing out Trevor Williams in this game, and he had a decent first start versus the Pirates. He has a 1-0 record with a 3.38 ERA, paired with a 158 batting average and a 0.94 whip, which is pretty good. But I do believe that we're going to see Williams scale back to what we are used to seeing. And over his career, he's been a pretty below average pitcher in Lee. I think he's going to get pretty good at bats against him because he's at the top of the Giants batting lineup. So he's going to get the most opportunities versus Williams. And yes, we have seen Lee struggle against righties this season, but we saw him get something going yesterday, and I believe that he's going to keep the momentum going here in this game. We've seen Lee get on base and get hit around pretty consistently this season. The Giants' lineup's pretty loaded behind him, and this game should not be any different. Give me Jung Hoo Lee to go over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs versus the Nationals.
Yeah, Trey, I like that one there. Mine's going to be short and sweet here. Give me Trae Turner of the Philadelphia Phillies to go over 1.5 bases going up against the Cardinals. It's been another 5 days, so that means Miles Mikolas is back on the mound. I'm going to be breaking him down for my pitching props. I'm not going to say a lot about him. What I will say is that Trae Turner this season has collected 8 hits in 9 games played, collecting at least 1 hit in 6 of 9 games so far this year. It hasn't been the best start for him, only having a .222 batting average, striking out 12 times, but he's going to get a great match from this one against Miles Mikolas. I also like all the Philadelphia Phillies hitters, so if you want one of them, take them. Turner, this is why I'm going with Turner. He's had a ton of experience against Miles Mikolas, having 19 official at-bats, .263 batting average against him, 3 extra base hits. We have a favorable matchup on the mound with a beautiful day in the ballpark. 71 degrees, a little bit of wind blowing out towards left field. Give me Trae Turner in this game over 1.5 bases as the play there. Trey, let's go to the pitching props. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to go with Aaron Ashby to go over his strikeouts versus Cincinnati Reds. I love this over for Aaron in this game because we're going to see this young buck have himself a day here, and I believe that for a few reasons. The first reason is because of his matchup versus the Reds. Cincinnati, they don't have great plate discipline, and they strike out a ton this year, and they rank second in the MLB in terms of strikeouts per game. That's because the Reds strike out an average of 10.88 times per game, and we should see Ashby pitch pretty deep in this game as well because Cincinnati, they only average 2.5 runs per game in the first 5 innings. So I think that we're going to see him pitch deep and be able to pile up the strikeouts here. And this marks the first start for Ashby of the season. He was on the IL for the first few weeks of the season. So he should be coming in this game fresh and confident in himself. And the Reds, they don't hit lefties pretty well at all. They have a 31 strikeout rate versus lefties this season. So I think we should be able to see Ashby be able to rack up the strikeouts here. So give me Aaron Ashby to go over his strikeouts versus the Reds.
Yeah, Trey, I like that there. For my pitching prop, I already talked about it. Miles Mikolas to go over 2.5 earned runs going up against the Phillies. For starters, again, this is going to be a favorable day for the hitting for both sides. We have a little bit of wind blowing out, 8 miles per hour towards left field, going to be 71 degrees in the ballpark. Looking at the stats for Miles this season, already he's coming into this game with a 6.10 ERA, somehow collecting a win in his last game against the Padres. We gave up 7 hits, only 2 runs in that game. The Padres, they could not get anybody in. But looking at the first game for Miles, he gave up 7 hits, 4 innings of work against the Dodgers, gave up 5 runs. He is one of the worst pitchers in the MLB giving up hits per game. And I didn't see anything changing in this game going up against the Phillies. Over the last 2 meetings against the Philadelphia Phillies in 2023, he went a combined 12 innings, gave up 16 hits, 10 earned runs in the last 2 against the Phillies, taking a loss in both of those games. If you're looking for a player prop in this game, I would take any of the Phillies because he's given up 6+ hits in 5 of the last 6 games against the Phillies in his career. Give me Miles Mikolas here to go over 2.5 earned runs as the play. Trey, let's go to the graphic. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I went with the Diamondbacks here, -1.5 against the Rockies. They're just easily the better team in Coors Field. It's going to be a lot of runs scored in the Diamondbacks' favor with Zach Gallen on the mound. Also going with Jung Hoo Lee to go over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs versus the Nationals. He hit it for us yesterday. Might as well hit it for us today. Also going with Aaron Ashby to go over his strikeouts versus the Reds. The Reds strike out a ton. Ashby is his first game of the year, so he's going to be pretty confident and fresh and coming into it.
Yeah, and I thought we had something going there, Trey, with the Rangers in the bottom half. Had a guy on, had a single, had a run in. Hader was walking, and then broke my heart in a double play. So they lost 3-1. So 0-1 day for the game picks. I'm going here tomorrow, though. Seattle Mariners on the money line against the Blue Jays. I think it's a bounce-back game for Luis Castillo. Blue Jays have not been hitting great, so I love the play there on the road. They give me Trae Turner going up against Miles Mikolas over 1.5 bases. Been in a little bit of slump, but he is a hit machine. He's had 6 hits in 9 of the games so far. He's going to get on base. And they give me Miles Mikolas here over 2.5 earned runs against the entire Phillies batting order. Again, weather's supposed to be great. 70 degrees, blowing out, perfect weather for a baseball to go somewhere far. Guys, that's going to do it for the MLB Picks and Props for Monday, April 8th slate of games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please be sure to drop a like in this video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching. Super Bowl. We also have 12,000 subs coming right around the bend. We're at 10,200. We're going to give away 2 tickets to anybody to any game they want. NBA, NFL, college basketball. It doesn't matter. We can wait until the new season for NFL. Any game you want to go, whenever we get to 12K, we're going to have that giveaway coming up as well. Leaderboard. We had multiple questions this morning about how to become a member for the YouTube channel. Let's do that really quick tutorial. You're going to go to youtube.com. You're going to go to Bears Profit Plays. You're going to search it in. You're going to hit our thing. There's a join button right just to the right of subscribe. You're going to click that. There's 2 options. You have the Bear Pack for $4.99. That gives you access to YouTube member plays. And then you have the Bear Pack Gold for $7.99 a month. That gives you access to our member plays on YouTube. And it gives you a 1-month membership to our website, bearsprofitplays.com. So if you get the Bear Pack Gold, you save yourself $2 a month. A little bit cheaper if you want to do that. But that is the tutorial for anybody that needed it. We had multiple questions today through email about how to do it, and it wasn't working. But if you want to know, there it is right there. Trey,